Hello Aquarius and welcome to Sincere Tarot. This is your What Do You Need to Know for Mid-March Tarot video, and your theme is the Queen of Cups. So this is a very sensitive, emotional person, and also that feels very deeply. Also, this could be like well underway of a project that is very emotionally satisfying for you, okay? Let's see what this is about. So what does Aquarius need to know for mid-March? Might have to do with love. Let's see. Interesting. Ooh, okay. Yep, definitely to do with a bit of love. So, this is interesting. This has something to do, so you're not like feeling that hot right now, but that's okay. Things are going to be turning out quite well, all right? You'll be given a choice. So the energy that we have in the past, we've got the Six of Pentacles. So this is like a charitable card. It is like in the past, you may have always felt like you've been always had enough when it comes to having your physical needs met. You've always been taken care of, and maybe you've had like, been not necessarily like extraordinarily wealthy, but you've had enough that you could always give to people who were in desperate need, right? Sometimes I think this can represent the food services and working and stuff like that, charities as well. But right now you're feeling a real lack mentality because your energy coming up is the Four of Pentacles. This is someone who has their heart chakra blocked because they feel like they cannot trust the greater universe and therefore the people around them that they're going to ultimately be taken care of and have their needs met. And so it is like a lack mentality, the opposite of a manifestation, abundance mentality, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like, you know, because everyone gets stressed, right? You don't want to get stressed about getting stressed. Like that's just adding another layer of suffering, okay? I feel like you might be kind of regressing a little bit right now because what you need to know is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups represents the past, often maybe sometimes it can represent siblings or just from people or situations from our childhood. So you might be kind of regressing. This whole lack mentality might come from your childhood because maybe you weren't given enough. Maybe there was someone blocking you, because in between you and what you need to know, we've got the Emperor. This can represent like a father figure. But sometimes for those of us who are raised by single mothers, they can be like that father energy as well because they had to be the mom and the dad. Anyways, I feel like there might be some stuff coming up from your past because maybe you weren't when you needed something. It could be honestly anything from, you know, oh, you are going to bed without dinner tonight. So you're like, your physical needs are being taken away, or you know, your like punishments, like with the rules and everything was like, okay, you don't get to have dessert, or you don't get to have that toy, or I'm taking away all of these things, you know, because it may have been, so I feel like you're feeling a lack mentality because of things from your past that had to do with an authority figure that maybe just had a bit too much control about certain things. And I think for some of you, it might be a bit upsetting that if you had like if you did have your mother, that your mother like turned away and kind of ignored that situation, potentially. I feel like, I'm gonna pull some clarification cards. I feel like there might be also for some of you, because these are general readings, someone from your past that may come forward and approach you in a loving way. Now this could be a father figure, but this could also be a partner, whether you're male or female or whatever, because masculine energy is moving forward and this person is moving forward towards you, okay? So it could be a male or female. Anyways, I feel like, also if this is about like romantic, then they might kind of still be with their partner, but they're in their head they're not, or like they're just ignoring them, or you know, someone who like thinks that they're single and is acting like they're single but they're not, because sometimes the King of Cups can be quite like hidden. But anyways, you're going to have a choice. I don't feel that you'll be making a choice about the situation, this person approaching you. And also it might not be a person, it might be an opportunity for something that is very emotionally fulfilling. And I feel like you need that with your Queen of Cups energy this month, right? But you are going to have a choice. And and you're going to have to really like weigh your priorities. It might end up with making a choice about like where you live, how you make your money, stuff like that. Or there might be a choice between two people who are approaching you and you have to choose, right? Let's get some clarification cards. So clarification cards for Aquarius this month? Someone might be trying to bully you into making a choice, or you might be really stressed about making this choice because it's being aspected by the 9 of Swords, cruelty. So whatever you can do to like clear your head to try and make a choice, like it's not like our head is the enemy, but sometimes when we get stressed, it's like all these negative thoughts can block us from our intuition. Yeah, so the energy in the past, I feel like you just want security. You want security. You're looking more into the future about like maybe a potential job that you had in the past. You're kind of thinking like, I don't know if this is going to be enough for me in the long run. Yeah, essentially you are going to get a whole bunch of messages from a particular person, likely a water sign male, but it could also be some sort of an institution that's, you know, it could be something to do with the water, the emotions. It can be like psychology and counseling. It can be something like that as well. An institution that actually really cares about people, so they might be approaching you. It might be hard for you to, again, make a decision because of like some negative thoughts, because right now you're not really in a good place, and I feel like you can't manifest the life that you want, okay? But that's just kind of like a mindset. It's not necessarily true. For those of you who this is resonating as a romantic reading, I feel like this person got dumped by their partner, and that's why, or had a fling with someone else, and that's one of the reasons why this person's approaching you. If it is to do with work, then they might have like someone who works for them that is going off to do something else, so they need a replacement. This is interesting. We've got 2 6s, so I feel like you have overcome a lot of your trauma and difficulty from your childhood, right? You have done a lot of healing, and it has opened up new opportunities for you, but there's still a bit of a ways to go, and just not to forget that like healing is a never-ending process. It's not like, oh, I'm healed, okay, now I'm good, I can just completely ignore certain things in my life. It doesn't work like that. Yeah, I feel like for those of you, if you did have like some sort of father figure, which could have been your mother, by the way, when you were a child, and maybe even this is resonating right now, because the Emperor can also represent like organization, government, like the big boss at a company and stuff like that. They might be like a little bit too nitpicky, or they might not have enough money to dole out to people right now. Or they're being like super safe and super practical, so maybe there were some cuts or something like that. Let's get some advice cards. All right, what advice does Aquarius need to know? Let's see. All right, so the first advice card, we have got the Lovers. If you are in a romantic relationship, you share this with your partner. This can also represent the balancing, between masculine and feminine. And yeah, so just to do that. Second advice card, we have got the 3 of Pentacles. So this is work, but also it can be like thinking about maybe like a third option when it comes to work, finances, where you live, practical day-to-day things, okay? But also this can be, to me, this can be like a third perspective, because we all have blind spots, right? So you might want to ask people for their perspective on something. So yeah, and it could be like about work or survival or something like that. Trust me, you'll get brilliant answers if you genuinely ask people in your life, like, what is something about myself that I don't know about myself, but I should? And it's very interesting. Okay, third advice card. We have got the 10 of Cups. So continue to network and build up your community. You never want to be 100% dependent on one person, no matter how amazing and wonderful they are. It's always good to constantly network, friends, family, neighbors. Yeah. And then the fourth advice card, we have got the 5 of Wands. If you are struggling with people in your life that have conflicting ideas, also this may go on in your head as well. Sometimes when we're stressed, it's because we've got conflicting ideas and conflicting values within us. But oftentimes I feel like this can, most of the time, not always, be other people. Just do your best to try and like walk away from drama and not engage, because it's just like, there's actually no point in talking to people sometimes when they've got a certain mindset. If you'd like a private reading, send me an email or check out my website. That is in the description below. You can also follow me on social media. Definitely make sure you're subscribed and hit the notification bell, because I do monthly and mid-monthly videos. And if you're still here, secret bonus card, the Hierophant. I feel like there's going to be a decision from like a higher kind of entity or organization at some point that will create some order amongst the chaos. And you might also want to come up with some rituals with yourself to kind of make you feel stable no matter what's going on in your life. Have a great month. Bye.